Today we're going to be going over the AEW Fight Forever video game. Now, why are we looking into this game even though we haven't really got a lot of gameplay recently? Because of this.
It is coming very soon. The game is finished.
That's right. Tony Khan said that the game is done. We're just waiting for something. I don't know what that something is. I'm hoping it comes soon though. Although we don't have much gameplay to go off of, I'm still excited for this game. We have a lot of positive things that we have seen from these trailers that I would like to highlight just as a quick reminder. Like, listen, everyone calm down. The game is going to be fine. At least I hope it is. I'm going to go over the few reasons why I think this game has the potential to be one of the better wrestling games that we've seen in quite a long time. Reason number one, right off the bat, it's being developed by Yuke's. Yuke's have made tons and tons and tons of great WWE video games that we all loved when they first came out. And I trust them. I trust Yuke's. I do believe that we are going to get something very solid here. Also, what's even bigger than Yuke's is the fact that we have the creative director of the video game is the person who created WWF No Mercy, which is regarded as one of the greatest wrestling video games, if not the greatest wrestling video game of all time. The combination of Yuke's and this homie, who I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce his name, put together, should be a recipe for a masterpiece. So now, before we get into the main gameplay elements, I kind of want to go over a little bit of the actual smaller things that I feel make the gaming experience much more complete. One thing that I absolutely loved about the game, the attention to detail to the crowd and the wrestlers themselves. For example, when you look in the crowd, you can tell these are professional wrestling fans. You can see, okay, that person has an Adam Cole shirt, that person has a Britt Baker shirt, that person has a CM Punk shirt. You can tell, okay, I feel like I'm being surrounded by a legitimate crowd. Now, to some people, that might not be a big deal. Who cares why you're looking at the crowd? But in reality, I don't want to see the same NPC's face 500 times with jeans and a black shirt like I have in all these other video games. It gets boring and it looks weird. There should be a little bit more effort to make the atmosphere feel it is a professional wrestling environment, and they did a great job on that. Also, with the crowd, the chants.
Sure.
I could be wrong. I don't know if I've ever heard a holy shit chant in a wrestling game before, and if I have, it does not sound as good as it did in this video game. The crowd chants of holy shit, or this is awesome, or chanting the wrestler's name, it really adds to the gameplay. It makes you feel like, wow, I just did something really cool, or this is a really special moment. Combined with the little replays of when you hit big moves, and even small things such as Kenny Omega when he does his taunt, his Terminator taunt, you can hear him slapping the mat.
Creative mastermind. Yeah. There's actual audio on taunt. So Adam Cole says "bay bay" when he does his taunt. Kenny Omega says "boom" when he points the gun.
The taunts have audio cues to them, which is absolutely unheard of. All these little things piled up on top of the fact that it seems to have great gameplay just makes the game feel much more, I guess complete would be the word I'm looking for. Match type. Sometimes when you get new wrestling games, they don't really have a lot of variety in the match types. I mean, I think even WWE 2K15 did not have a large amount of variety, but they do seem to have a very solid list of matches. We got singles, tag teams, 3-ways, 4-ways, ladders, casino battle royals, false count anywheres, unsanctioned lights out match, exploding barbed wire death match, hopefully the fireworks go off, and online. I mean, they really have covered all the bases of the main matches that you need. Maybe blood and guts might not be in there, but I mean, listen, WWE just added War Games this year, you know, like it's not a big deal. The match types, perfect. Gameplay itself seems smooth. AEW Fight Forever is not going for a simulation type gameplay like with the WWE games. In these 2K games, I personally am a fan of 2K22 and the few previous ones, but it's very formulaic. It's very much of the same stuff over and over and over again. It just feels like you're working through a checklist of professional wrestling moves in order to get your finisher or your signature or whatever you need to do, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But the reason why I think AEW Fight Forever is going to be very entertaining is it looks like it's giving us the freedom to kind of really do whatever we want. And it's not just okay, you're going to have to hit 7 moves in order to get your signature. You're going to do a signature, you should do a finisher, and then the match will be over. They're taking a lot of these systems from WWF No Mercy, which we'll cover in a moment, seem to be really enhancing on them and just making it feel like a much more complete video game. Just off the gameplay alone and what we've seen, I'm happy. One major thing that they're implementing, which I love this so much. I cannot stand the mini games for kicking out of moves or for submissions. I suck at them. I always hated them, and they're annoying. It sucks when I go into a match in a WWE game, and 2 minutes in, someone hits me with a figure 4 leg lock, and I don't know how to hit the analog stick or which direction I got to go into. I tap out. What is that? It's the worst thing ever. I don't know who came up with that, but they should be fired.
You're fired!
AEW, what they're doing, thankfully, they're bringing back button mashing. And I suck at button mashing. And I'm so happy to see that it's coming back. You have no idea. I can't mash buttons to save my life, but I'm going to try. The system of button mashing in itself As to opposed to a WWE game, it's okay, I'm going to pin you, and I'm really banking on the fact that you suck at this, and I can win at any single moment because of the fact that you are ass, and you don't know how to hit a circle or how to move your analog stick, or you're bad at timing and you can't time the little pin to go into the green spot. That's annoying, and that sucks. AEW, let's say for example your character's health, I don't know, all your body limbs are yellow. Maybe it's going to take you 15 buttons to kick out at 2. But if your character has all red limbs, you might need to hit the button 300 times before you can kick out. It feels like you actually have to work in order to win the match. You can't just hit a finisher and be like, you know what, I won. Or randomly roll someone up in the beginning when they have no damage or nothing done to their character and win. It seems more thought out. More, I have to work in order to gain a victory in this game. Otherwise, I'm going to lose. That I enjoy. The last thing I really want to cover is the signature finisher system. It seems to be pretty much the exact same from WWF No Mercy. In the game, each character can have up to 5 signatures and 5 finishers. So you use a certain amount of signatures to get your momentum bar to fill up to your finisher. Now, from what I've seen, the finisher system seems to last anywhere from about 11 to 13 seconds, give or take. You have 11 to 13 seconds to hit as many finishers as possible in that small frame of window. If the animations are quick enough, you can hit, let's say, 2 to 3 finishers in that window of your momentum bar. It's not just, I do X amount of moves to build to a finisher, and now I can store this and hit it at any point in the match. It creates a much more streamlined way of knowing, okay, once again, I need to work to get to my finisher to be able to inflict some sort of damage to the opponent. And that's what I really like about it. Let's say, for example, you activate your finisher state. You might not be able to hit it. For all you know, the person that you're going against will either A, reverse it, or B, can run around or could actually start to just turn the tables and start beating you up while you're in your finisher state. And before you know it, you weren't able to hit anything because, well, you know what? You couldn't capitalize. You have to work to get anything done in the game, and that's what I love. These core gameplay mechanics, for me, although we have not seen a bunch of gameplay, I wish we could have seen a lot more, and I really wanted us to. Am I a little worried? Yes. But honestly, after reviewing the footage and going through all of the articles and the interviews, I'm not as worried. I'm just hoping that they can get this game out sooner rather than later. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back soon.